Power and USA's original series, Queen of the South, based on the international bestseller Lorena Dessert. Queen of the South airs Thursdays at 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Central on USA Network. Take a look at the starting lineup. Joe Gibbs Racing, 1, 2, 3. They have row 1, row 2. Ryan Blaney broke in there with his Ford.
Right behind him is Chase Elliott, and right behind him with a really good qualifying run at the outside line is A.J. Allmendinger.
You see the Penske teammates starting in row 5, Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano.
Chris Buescher, great starting position for Bristol. Start 12th outside of row 6. As to Benedetto, impressive finish in the spring. Start 18th.
Kyle Larson with a lot of work to do to try to make up for that last lap at Watkins Glen, starting way back in row 12.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Michael McDowell back in row 13. Tony Stewart, Bristol winner, back in row 14.
Clint Boyer back there in row 16. We saw he made just a little contact with the wall in qualifying. They'll have to fix the number 15 Chevrolet.
And rounding out the field, Smith, Greg Biffle, row 17. It's been an eventful day for Biffle. He's spun twice, not only in practice but also in qualifying.
If you have a day like that, you just have to say, you know what, we've gotten it all out of the way. It's going to be good on Saturday night.
And just moments ago, Marty Snyder caught up with Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney puts Virginia Tech colors in 4th today, and it was such a solid day for you guys. Practice and everything. Was this maybe the best day, qualifying, practice, and everything you put together all year long?
I think so. You know, it's been one of the smoothest days I think we've had. I thought we had a pretty fast car to begin with, and we kept working on it and getting it better. And our qualifying trim was really good, and I thought our race trim was really similar too. So we'll tweak on some things for our race car tomorrow night. It'll be an interesting race, man. From how long we're going to be on the bottom, and if the top's going to grip up, I think it will. So I think you'll see 2 really strong groups of racing. It's going to be really fun for us and the fans to watch, and cool to have Virginia Tech with us too. That's a pretty big deal, and I've met a lot of fans who are Virginia Tech fans. So it's been a mixed bag so far. So it's been really neat, and motorcraft and quickly sport as always. So just hopefully we can keep this good weekend going.
Is the one disadvantage to this that you are 4th and starting on the outside tomorrow night?
Yeah, I wanted 3rd really bad, and you know, over the pole, but you kind of want to start on the bottom. But you never know. We'll eventually get down there and be able to get rolling. Just see how it plays out.
You got to be careful of the hat. You are in enemy territory, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I got to be really careful with it. But like I said, I think it's split. It's definitely split. I walked around last night, and honestly, I had more Virginia Tech people come up to me than other fans. So I think we'll be okay.
Ryan Blaney starts 4th Saturday night.
Talk about a dominant qualifying performance for one organization. 4 cars inside the top 5 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Ken's at 5th. What does that say about the qualifying effort of this program?
It says 3 of my teammates beat me. So, yeah, you know, our Dollar General Camry hasn't been driving real good today. And really, we haven't had great speed. We went to qualifying trim and practice, ended up 5th here today, and had to drive a little bit better. So, happy to be up toward the front. Congratulations, Carl. They've been able to get a few poles this year. So, hopefully we keep it up front tomorrow night.
3 of your teammates beat you today. But clearly, beating them on Saturday would mean so much more. Will you be able to do it?
Yeah, you know, everybody that's not on the pole always says it's just a starting position, so that's what I'm going to say. It's just a starting position, so I hope so. Today was really a struggle, but Jason and his whole group is really good at kind of figuring out what I need for the race, and they're real good about making their adjustments here and keeping up with the track and having it where it needs to be at the end of the race. So I think we're coming off 2 DNFs here in a row, but we ran really well, so hopefully we can be up front and be there at the end tomorrow and be in the mix.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah. Matt Kenseth rolls off 5th on Saturday night.
The short tracks have been good for A.J. Allmendinger this year. Finished 2nd at Martinsville earlier this year. Now you're qualified 8th here today. How good do you feel about the car for tomorrow night?
We're making progress. This lower line is kind of... I felt like I finally just got Bristol figured out the last time we were here, and then we changed it again. So, you know, definitely got some stuff we got to go. We got to watch the Xfinity race tonight. That's really going to show what we really need to work on, what line's really going to work. But overall, Busch Speed Chevy, it's got speed in the car, obviously qualifying in the top 10. We've had speed in race trim. We just got to get that balance to where it's somewhat comfortable for 500 laps around here.
With all the grip that's on the bottom, how is that going to change things and change the game tomorrow night?
Well, if it stays on the bottom, I think it's going to be the place to be, but just in practice a little bit, I can move up to the top as the tires wore down and almost kind of match the lap times. So, you know, like I said, really watch the Xfinity race tonight. see what happens, see if some of that grippiness on the bottom kind of goes away. But we'll see. We'll make some adjustments going into tomorrow night and go try to have 500 laps of fun.
We hope qualifying effort for A.J. Allmendinger and his team this afternoon.
Chase Elliott, the top qualifying Chevrolet Friday at Bristol Motor Speedway. The Joe Gibbs racing cars were stout, but you guys look pretty good too. How would you assess the way qualifying went?
Yeah, I thought it was decent for us. Obviously, it wasn't perfect, but I thought our whole NAPA group worked really hard all day. We kind of went through some ups and downs. Anytime you can start a qualifying session and get better, there's only so many things you can do to the car throughout a session to help it. So I thought Alan did a good job making the right adjustments. We didn't make it perfect, but we helped it, and that's an improvement. So we'll take it, and we got 500 laps tomorrow night. It's a long time.
You made your first Cup start here back in April, but the racetrack seems a lot different than it was then. What's it like coming here for the second time, having the groove being a totally different place?
Yeah, obviously the bottom just has a lot of grip right now. We'll see where that goes tomorrow night. It could be hit or miss. It could go back to the top. I think we're all kind of anxious to see, but hopefully it lends opportunity to move around. I think that's what we all hope for as drivers. Have an opportunity to change and have an option is good. So hopefully those options work for us and we can make it happen tomorrow night.
Thanks, Chase.
Thanks.
Chase, pretty good here in the spring. Finished top 5.
Absolutely, Mike. And Chase right now 13th in the points standings, and I would say comfortably at 49 points. But remember, every position is a point, and if you come to Bristol, there's a possibility of having troubles.
Well, it's more than that. If Chris Buescher can gain those 3 points and move above that cut line, that moves all those drivers down one spot. But I will have to say, Trevor Bain consistently hanging around there all season long in 17th. Casey Kane in 18th needs to find a little bit of speed. Ryan Blaney has speed. A.J. Allmendinger, while he's a long ways back, I thought that's the most positive he looked. He sounded upbeat in his interview, speed in his race car, qualifying inside the top 8.
All the unknowns at Bristol with the lower groove, with all the stuff that's been done to make the lower groove better, with not knowing what's going to happen in the race. These guys, Elliott, Dillon, McMurray, they didn't want to see this. They want a normal, calm race. They don't want chaos. But we're at Bristol. Anything can happen. Larson, Bain, Kane, I think they want things to be shaken up, have something happen. Don't forget about Blaney. He has had the speed. I think down in 19th, he's still a driver and a team that you've got to keep an eye on.
Let's go back down to Mike Massaro.
Well, Rick, as Steve just mentioned, the big if is if Chris Buescher can crack the top 30, he'll be in the chase. Only 3 points back right now. Bristol Motor Speedway, lots can happen here, but you'll start close to the front. How do you race this race knowing what's at stake?
Yeah, our best starting spot of the year for our Loves Travel Stops Fusion. So really proud of the team. They got a fire lit up under them after Pocono, so it's exciting to see. It's good to see everyone in good spirits. That's I love coming to Bristol. One of my favorite tracks we come to be able to get a good qualifying effort. We had speed and practice throughout, and felt like we were in good shape. And to be able to get to the third round, this is the first time making it to the third round this year. So it's a good step for us. We're looking good at these last 4 races. We should be in good shape.
This is a tough racetrack. Lots can happen. Are you in protect mode here, protecting your position in the points? Or are you going to go all out for it?
We got to get all we can get. We got to be out here and be aggressive and take points from these guys. It's a different scenario than where we were last year. We had to be on defense, as we're leading points, and it's ours to give away. Now all we got is something to gain, and so that allows us to be a lot more aggressive as we go towards this, and not have to give so much, and we can take a little bit more.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Chris Buescher, as he mentioned, best qualifying effort of the year, Rick. He'll start 12th.
Yeah, and that 12th starting position will be 25 spots better than David Reagan, the driver that he is fighting for that 30th place points position with. David Reagan starts 37th. Buescher will start 12th.